Dwayne Johnson was constantly ridiculed at the start of his career for his bad acting jobs. But now he's the highest paid actor, the biggest box office star, and also this year he was nominated in the Best Actor category at the Golden Globes Award. Even the Kardashians were heavily ridiculed when they first began their show. People labeled the whole family as cringe for sharing their life out in public. But today, they are a world renowned family running multiple businesses worth billions of dollars. Lil Nas X, a country singer, was ridiculed after he came out as gay. But then months later, his songs Old Town Road and Industry Baby became worldwide hits, earning him 2 Grammy Awards. Pre pandemic, content creators were called cringe, but now post pandemic, content creation has become a $1 billion industry. Many such people were hated, ridiculed, and called cringe, but they still became successful. And yes, there are billions of other people around the world who are more talented and more capable than the people I just mentioned. But despite this, what exactly was it that made these people successful? The answer is just two words: grit and self belief. Now, grit. What does grit even mean? Here's an astonishing story about grit about a man from the United Kingdom who refused to let failure have a final say. This man, for 15 long years, worked relentlessly on building prototype after prototype in his shed. Every prototype of his failed, then the next one failed, and then another one failed. His savings vanished, forcing him to live on debt, while his wife's salary kept the family afloat. To make matters worse, majority of the companies rejected his prototype because it threatened one of their most profitable ventures. Any man in his place would have easily given up after a dozen failures, but he didn't stop. He didn't stop after 100, 500, 1000, or even 5000 attempts. He kept going through 5126 failed prototypes. And finally, 5127th prototype worked. Since no established company in the UK wanted to manufacture it, so he launched his product in Japan. He built his own manufacturing company there and turned his business into a global success. That man was James Dyson, and the company he built was Dyson Limited. Dyson Limited today is world leading in vacuum cleaning and in hair care products. His story proves that grit isn't about never failing, it is about refusing to let failure decide your future. The reality is, you're not always going to win on your path towards success. The goats of the world have failed more than they have succeeded. But every single time they failed, they picked themselves up again and they tried one more time. The goats of the world have constantly experienced this throughout their lives. Their progress has always been 2 steps forwards and 1 step backwards. But if you zoom out and if you see their graph, you'll notice that their trajectory has always gone in upwards direction. This is what grit does to a human. You have to have grit in order to keep going long after it has stopped being convenient. I have a request to make. If you like this video up until now, then please like, share and subscribe. Now let's look at self-belief. Dwayne Johnson was a huge name in wrestling, but when he made his transition to Hollywood, he was heavily mocked. They said a wrestler could never make it in Hollywood. They asked him to drop The Rock as his name. They asked him to drop his weight. They said that he would never survive in this industry as he did not have any acting jobs. Nor was he considered charming or handsome like the rest of the actors. And today, he's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. He said it in some award show that Hollywood wanted him to conform to their terms, but he made Hollywood to conform to his terms. This is exactly where his self-belief came into play. He was so sure about himself and his capabilities that he bent the rules entirely in his favor. And now, following his footsteps, other wrestlers like John Cena, Dave Bautista, and Roman Reigns have made it big in Hollywood. To be honest, our society is dumb and stupid. They think that if something hasn't happened before, it's never going to happen. They have established certain rules for themselves and they can't think outside of those set rules. And that's why they can't digest someone doing better than them, because then it exposes their own flaws. And then to feel better about their own shortcomings, they mock, they hate, and they ridicule individuals who are going against the norm. Because that's their only coping mechanism. But that very same society always turns around and praises and celebrates individuals once they become successful. And the people who still hate achievers secretly wish they had a life like theirs. Time and again, throughout the existence of humanity, this pattern has repeated itself over and over again in every part of the world. It has been repeatedly proven that society is dumb and stupid. Their entire existence is to live in their own bubble and to look down upon the hustler who's focused. Only to later realize that this could have been them if they just minded their own business, worked hard, and believed in themselves. People don't take anything or anyone seriously until they just can't ignore it anymore. And because of this very reason, I myself have no contact with the society. Because the majority of them are dissatisfied with their lives and hence they are chronic haters. People ridicule others and call others cringe because they think very highly of themselves. Their pride and ego has consumed them to a point where they don't take any small action. Because they themselves don't want to be criticized, ridiculed, or called cringe by other low-life egotistical people like themselves. After all the setbacks, I'm at that point in my life where I don't give a flying about what someone else thinks of me. Because I've done that in the past and that has kept me stuck for most of my teens and my early 20s. The fear of being judged made me hold myself back and I couldn't live my life on my own terms. But now, I just don't care about people in society anymore. Yes, I'm very aware that in my previous video I did say that you need powerful connections to survive in society, but the ones who are powerful are also ridiculed and criticized by the society. So it's not going to be difficult for you to form connections with the powerful ones. Remember, nobody owes anything to you, nor you owe anything to anyone. When you feel stuck in situations that make you doubt your vision, remember that it's mostly because of the outside noise. If you felt your goals were achievable to you when you first dreamt of them, remember, no matter what, they're always gonna be achievable to you because your mind wouldn't have shown you that vision if it wasn't possible for you to achieve it. Our minds are extremely powerful. If you can dream it, then you can achieve it. Don't let the outside noise distance you from your grit and your self-belief. And this journey is sometimes gonna make you feel lonely, but in scenarios like this, just make sure that you don't find comfort in people who are going to distance you from your vision. Just put your blinkers on, put in the work, fixate in your mind that the society is stupid. Believe in yourself and just keep going. I promise you with your grit and self-belief, you will eventually make it. From the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful for the love that you have been showing on this channel. Thank you so much for all of it. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. See you soon. They picked themselves up again. They picked themselves up again and they tried one more time.